Um, we also, sorry, we also in this episode seen people, like I said earlier, actually after Elijah's girlfriend. Um, and I went into that about how, you know what I'm saying, this guy from 1933 is actually Antoinette's father. And I don't think that Elijah is actually happy with knowing that, you know what I'm saying, she got all this baggage that comes with her that has something to do with him. You know what I'm saying? I think that Elijah is very upset with Antoinette because simple fact is, with her having all this baggage that is linked to him, it put him in danger. So I want to know what y'all actually thought about that. Do you think that they'll be together? Do you think that he'll finally go home? Do you think there is a future with him and Antoinette? I'm not sure, but you know what I'm saying, we'll see later on in the season. Um, we saw that Marcel caused fear and basically uh, asks, you know what I'm saying, talks to Fear about the whole binding thing with Hope. You know what I'm saying? How's that going and whatnot. We see that Hope kisses Roman. Uh, we also seen that that lady, you know what I'm saying? That lady, the lady that was in the cave that Elijah had stuck in a cave. Elijah was sneaking the little lady vampire, the one that was very rebellious. He had her in a cave in the beginning of this episode, and he was training her. And the reason for him training her is because he wanted her to go ahead and spill what she knew. He was going to hypnotize her or whatnot and go ahead and find out what she knew. But when Josh had went down there, because Josh was left down there to look after her, you know what I'm saying? She beat the shit out of Josh. I wonder if anybody, you know what I'm saying, what people's thoughts was on that actual scene right there. She beat the shit out of Josh. I mean, she put a whooping on Josh. I felt so bad because simple fact is, Josh is one of my favorite characters in this show. You know, and it seems like, I don't know if anybody else notices this, but Josh always, you know what I'm saying, no matter what the episode may be, you know what I'm saying, about or whatnot, what the plot of the episode may be, but Josh always gets done wrong. You know, poor little Josh, you know, and he tries to help out, you know what I'm saying? He's very loyal. But in this episode, Josh got jacked up. So jacked up that Marcel said he would be able to, thank goodness he would be able to keep his face. You know what I'm saying? So the little lady really jacked Josh up. And the lady, she escaped. You know what I'm saying? We see her actually escape. We also seen that Roman. Let's get on Roman. Okay, so Roman, we find out, is Antoinette's sister. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. Antoinette's father was a painter, you know what I'm saying, that Klaus knew in 1933 in Elijah. The father was a slayer, a werewolf slayer. That's what I'm going to call him, a werewolf slayer. And Klaus had came to kill, you know what I'm saying, the family, his family, the painter's family. The mom, which is the rebellious vampire, we come to find out, comes out of the house and asks for mercy because Klaus stole that coin that he found in last episode. He throws it to the ground and says, whoever picks this up, basically have mercy. You know what I'm saying? So she picks it up, which is, let me, you know what I'm saying, explain this one more time. The woman that picks it up, which is the mother and the wife of she's the wife of the painter, Antoinette's mother, and come to find out, Raven's mother, picks the coin up. She picks this coin up and she asks mercy for her kids. Klaus kills the father. You know what I'm saying? So now when we see this scene, we actually see how this comes all together. You know what I'm saying? Roman's going to be after Klaus for killing his dad. The rebellious vampire woman is going to be after Klaus for killing her husband. Antoinette she says she's basically saying, you know what I'm saying, she told Elijah, like, look, you know what I'm saying, I've always been rebellious against my father, you know what I'm saying, so basically she's not on her dad's side or her mother's side with this situation. But I don't see that actually happening because loyalty, I mean, should be with family. So I think Antoinette might be up to something, you know. And not just that, she kept this from Elijah for so long, who she was. So I think she was in on something. And then we actually see that Antoinette knew Elijah, you know, say in 1933. They had some encounters, you know. They wasn't together like they are now, but they did know each other. And Elijah just didn't remember, of course, because his memory got erased, but he's remembering things slowly but surely. Then at the end of this episode, we actually seen Roman, you know, saying in a car, and he asks Hope to get her out of there. He helps Hope get out of the school because he basically tells her after she says that there's no hope for her to try to do the binding spell because the witches ain't did it in so long, you know, so they was able to do it, you know what I'm saying? So she didn't have no way to do it, you know, and Roman tells her, like, well, yeah, I can take you to this place, you know what I'm saying? I can find a witch, you know what I'm saying, that can help us. So they end up leaving, you know what I'm saying? And that's how the episode actually ends with Hope and Roman actually leaving. And Roman speaking to someone on the phone and tell them basically, you know what I'm saying, what he's doing. And basically, he doesn't say these words, but basically he's telling them, like, the plan is still going, you know what I'm saying? He's doing his part. But I think that, you know what I'm saying, the next episode, we'll see that Hope's not no fool. You know what I'm saying? I think Hope can handle herself. You know what I'm saying? And I think that Klaus and the rest of the family actually need to realize that Hope can handle herself, and I think she will. I want to know what they actually want with Hope. Will they actually use her for something? You know what I'm saying? As far as, will they use her to be on their side? You know what I'm saying? Find some way to do that, or are they actually trying to kill Hope? And the reason for that is to get back at Klaus. You know what I'm saying? So, hopefully later on in the season, you know what I'm saying, or, you know, next episode, we'll actually be able to see what's going to go on here. Feel free to go ahead and call in and tell me what your thoughts was about this episode. For now, I'm going to go ahead and take a break. Stay tuned. And like I always say, feel free to call in and let me know what's on your mind. Speak your mind. All right.
Talking out loud with Jesse 929.
Hello, everyone. This is your host, Jazzy 929, and I want to ask y'all to all like, share, and follow my page. Also, please feel free to join in to the conversation by calling the lines. You can call 712-775-7270, and the access code you will need is 989109. Make sure that you call the lines. I would love to have you join in with us. And again, thank you for your support. I want to thank everyone for staying tuned in. I want to, you know what I'm saying, express my thoughts on the whole Marcel and Klaus's relationship. I think it's going good right now. I hope for the rest of the season we can actually stay that way as far as seeing Klaus and Marcel, you know what I'm saying, at good terms. I think that that's good for the show because, you know, they fight so much. But, you know, this is the end. You know what I'm saying? This season is the final season. So hopefully, you know, we could go out with everybody coming together and getting along as far as the family. I want to see Rebecca back. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure everybody else does too. I want to know where Rebecca is right now because we don't see her right now. Maybe she's up to something. You know what I'm saying? Try to find some way to fix this whole situation. Or maybe she's out just finding some information that everybody else don't know. We're going to find out later on in the season. I'm pretty sure Rebecca's coming back. I want to know, is Finn coming back? Will we see Finn? Will we see, what's the other one's name? The brother, that is out with, Defina. I want to know if he's going to come back. I cannot remember his dang on name, but I want to know if he's going. I want to know if all the brothers is going to come back together, and you know, what I'm saying, in this show, are we going to actually see them? Are we going to have any more problems with Dad? You know, what I'm saying, the dad, is he going to be back on here? Is the mom going to be back on here? Before the seasons are actually over with, I want to know how that'll play out if it happens. You know, so I think it'll be good if it does. You know what I'm saying? But we really and truly, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one, but that's why I say we don't want to see Klaus's father trying to kill him, so maybe that wouldn't be a good idea for his dad to come back. What else? I just broke down basically, you know what I'm saying, the episode. I want to know what your thoughts are. So, go ahead and email me, let me know what you thought about the show. Or leave it on a page, one of my pages. You can find me on Spreaker, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, under Talking Out Loud with Jazzy 929. Feel free to leave your comments about the show and the review. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. I want to thank everyone for listening that's out there. Y'all have a good day.